Hari Om, all of you. Let us continue our Mahabharata stories. So, in our last session, we learned the story of Bhishma. Bhishma was the son of Shantanu, and he took the oath that he will never marry, only so that his father could marry Satyavati. And he also took the oath that he will never be running after the kingdom. He'll always serve the kingdom, but he will never be the king. Like that, he made two oaths. And he always held true to his words. That is why he became Bhishma. So let us continue from there. So Bhishma, after his father got married to Satyavati, it was all going well for some time. And after some time, two children were born to Satyavati, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. Meanwhile, Shantanu passed away. And as he had promised, Bhishma made Chitrangada as the king of the Kuru kingdom. But there was one unfortunate incident where Chitrangada was called for a battle with another Gandharva, and he lost and he got killed. And then Vichitravirya was made the next king. Bhishma was never lusting after the kingdom. He only wanted to protect the king and the kingdom and all the people, because he had already taken the oath of not becoming the king. So now Vichitravirya was made as the next king. When he was made the king, he was young. Many years passed, and under the able leadership of Bhima, the kingdom was thriving, and Vichitravirya was now about to be married. He was of that age. Then Satyavati requests Bhishma what we should do. Who is the right ones, the princess, to marry our king? Bhishma says, "Oh, I know one. There is one Kashi Raja, and he has three daughters, Ambe, Ambika, and Ambalika. And I will bring them." So he goes, and right at the same time, the king, the Kashi Raja, has organized a Swayamvara. Back in those days, the marriage used to be for these princes in such a way that all the princes from different parts would come to the kingdom, and the princess would marry the ones they like. So a Swayamvara was organized, and into that Swayamvara, Bhishma went in, and he said to everybody, "I am going to take these three princes to be married to my brother Vichitravirya. If anybody dares stop me, they have to fight me. And if they win, then only they can take these three. Otherwise, I'm going to take them." Like that, he took them. He was such a valorous prince. So everybody were afraid of Bhishma. Nobody really dared to stop Bhishma. Like that, he brought all the three to be married to Vichitravirya. When they came back to the kingdom, the elder one, Ambe, she told and requested Satyavati and Bhishma that she really wanted to marry another prince. He belonged to another kingdom called Shalya. So now, if they allow, she would want to go back and marry him. So after consultation, Bhishma and Satyavati decided that it is better that she goes back to him. And they sent her back with all the rathas and the soldiers, so that she can safely reach her prince's kingdom. But unfortunately, that king refuses to marry Ambe. Now Ambe wants Bhishma only to marry her. She says, "It's only because of you that the Swayamvara did not complete. So because of that, you have to marry me." Bhishma says, "Oh, princess, I'm really sorry. I cannot do that. because I've taken an oath that I will never get married. She says, you have to get married because you are the one who stole me from there. He refuses. So she gets very angry and she curses him. She says, I will be back to become the reason for your death. Saying that, she goes and kills herself. Now, the other two princes are there, Ambika and Ambalika. They get married to Vichitravirya. And after some time, due to unfortunate health issue, Vichitravirya also dies. What unfortunate situation for the kingdom. See, the kings, whoever are there, are all dying. Now Satyavati says to Bhishma, okay, now I know my father only asked you not to be the king, but now my children all have died. Though you are not born out of me, you are like my own son. You now be the king. Bhishma says, no, mother, nothing doing. I won't be. I will protect. That is a oath I have taken. So now what to do for the kingdom? That is when Satyavati remembers that even Vedavyasa is her son only. She then remembers Vedavyasa. And Vedavyasa is residing in the jungle. When his mother requests, he comes and he asks, oh mother, what service can I offer to you? She says, all the story about what has happened to the kingdom. And she says, see, now I have my two beautiful daughters-in-law, but they have no children. With your grace, they will be able to get children. Can you please help them? He says, I can help them, but they have to serve me. And when they are serving me, he says, see, I have been living in the jungle and I am like, he was dark in color because he was living in jungle. His hair was matted, and because for many many days he was doing very hard penance. His body was full of smell. He said, these princes, they are all used to the life of the palace. They won't like me. He said, no, 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 I will tell them. You please bless them. He says, okay, mother. So that one night, Satyavati sends the second daughter-in-law, or the Ambika, the second sister among the three sisters, Ambika, to serve the Vedavyasa Maharshi. She looks at the Vedavyasa Maharshi and she is so afraid and disgusted. She closes her eyes when she is serving the Maharshi. So the night is over and the next day he says, oh mother, she was afraid and she got disgusted. I told you, now whoever is going to be born will be a blind son. What to do? She says, okay, let me send the next daughter-in-law, Ambalika. Ambalika comes and looking at the Maharshi, she becomes so fearful. Unlike her sister, she doesn't close the eyes, but she becomes very pale, as if all the blood has run out of her face. Very pale, very fearful, afraid. She's so weak in her mind. Oh, what will happen with this person? Like that, she's afraid. So, Vedavyasa says, the son born to her will be also very pale, will not be having vigorous health. Now what to do? Satyavati once again wants Ambika to go back and serve Vedavyasa Maharshi. This time Ambika hatches a plan. She feels, oh, I cannot go back to this Vedavyasa Maharshi. So she sends her Dasi to Vyasa Maharshi. Her Dasi's name is Parishrami. So one who is very, very devoted, one who is very, very pious, one who is very, very peaceful. So that Dasi goes and does the service to Vedavyasa Maharshi without any kind of fear, without any kind of hesitation. She doesn't look at the Vedavyasa Maharshi as only a body. She looks at the divine nature and the peace that is emanating from the Vedavyasa Maharshi. And with all devotion and full service, she offers herself and she is serving the Maharshi. And through that Dasi is Vidura, the wise minister born. Like that, through Ambika, the blind king Dhrutarashtra is born. Through Ambalika, Pandu, the father of the Pandavas, is born. And through Parishrami, Vidura, the wise minister, is born. These are the three brothers, Dhrutarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. Through Dhrutarashtra, Kauravas will come later. Through Pandu, Pandavas will come later. And Vidura was the wise minister who had the right intelligence. And this is the story of the birth of Dhrutarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. So let us end our Mahabharata story here for today, and we'll continue from here onwards in next sessions. Hari Om.